Let's do it
Three,
again.
2.
Hey, welcome to Two Guys, a Guy, and a Podcast, where a couple of guys talk with another guy about the what, when, and the why in our lives. I am your host, David Weldon, and with me tonight, as always, our co-hosts, Aaron and Wesley. How are we doing tonight, gentlemen?
Good.
So good. Very good.
So
very good.
good.
That's it. It's Jinx. So good. So good.
It's the best.
No, that's good, man. This is our first time getting to see Aaron after a few days. He went to the magical kingdom, and I'm not talking about patties.
No. No, I did not go to Patty's. I went to the magical land known as Disneyland.
Oh,
I realize I haven't been there in.
You gotta wonder, like, how many pedophiles are there, right?
no,
There's gotta be
that's
Probably
the
a
some.
first
lot.
thing I think of.
Yeah.
There's gotta be some, right? There's gotta
Anyone
be
that goes
at least 5.
Anyone that goes to Disneyland without kids is a pedophile. This is the same thing. If you see an
That's
adult
the-
go to a playground without a child, you're like, there's something wrong. We should call the police. Same thing at Disneyland.
Now,
And then you
are they at the
What?
playground or are they walking by the playground? Like they're on the
Sit-
swings
just-
next to the
Just
kids?
sitting. Do you
Yeah.
guys need any help? Does anyone need a push?
Oh God,
Popcorn? Anyone?
that never happens.
No.
No, we did have one. We did have this creepy looking guy at one of the playgrounds here, and it's just like he was playing with his daughter, but he was being like really smiley and hi,
To
and he's
Oh.
just kind of a little weird just to all the kids around him.
A little
And he
too.
just had he had
How are you
that look
supposed to
about
talk
him.
to
and-
kids? You're supposed to not smile at them.
well, that was my thing. Is I was like, he's creepy and he loves kids. That doesn't mean he's a pedophile. But my mother-in-law, she was sitting next to me and she was like, I'm watching him.
For God's sakes. What do you?
I was like, Lisa, it's fine. I'm sure he's just a normal guy. Who's like,
It's like
okay,
part of
that's
me
fine.
wishes, like,
I'm not gonna look
like-
I'm gonna watch him.
part of me, like, really it's disturbing those people that, like, man, I would love to catch a fucking pedophile, man. I would just want to fucking beat the shit out of. It's like, so
It's
you
like,
want
okay,
kids to
that's
get
what you want?
molested?
Yeah.
I don't understand. You understand that in order to be a pedophile, you have to molest a kid. So you want to beat up this person, so you want them to molest a kid first,
There-
then you'll beat them up.
It's the Army Ranger who never shot anyone. They just
Yes, there you
need they need to
go, there you
cap
go.
someone.
Well, enough about pedophiles. How
Yeah.
was your trip there, Aaron?
Beyond that fact, yeah, it was pretty good. I haven't been in over 4 years, not since pre-COVID pandemic times.
Oh yeah.
And obviously,
How
there's
much is a ticket
ticket $150
running?
single park, and that's without Disney's Genie Plus.
Genie Plus.
You've
Oh
heard
my
of Fast Pass.
God.
You've heard of Fast Pass, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when rich people get to go before poor people. Yeah, I've heard of it before.
Well, the old concept Fast Pass, you used to have to go to the ride and collect it at the entrance, and then you would come back at a later time and ride on it. So then they completely removed that, and now they have, because almost everything you do is done on your phone app. You
Right,
buy
that's right.
It's called Genie Plus. Genie's a free service that lets you schedule your day, but Genie Plus is $30 a person, but it gives you access
Excuse me?
to.
Sir, did you only spend $150
Yeah.
to ride this ride? You need to get to the fucking back of the goddamn line with all the trash. Oh, sir, yes. Exclusive Plus member. Yes, please come this way.
Yeah, I mean, surprisingly, the food's not as pricey as you would expect at, because right, that's how places get you. You go to Dodger Stadium and
Concessions,
you're
yeah.
gonna pay $20 for a bottle of beer, but the food's not crazy expensive. You could buy your standard churro, popcorn, whatever for reasonable price. So. Aside from the ticket, and then a surprising amount of people don't buy that Genie Plus. I
mean,
think it's
some
worth
of the
it.
stuff. I think the
Mm.
regular food is not as expensive, like the places you actually go to eat. But if you buy all the tchotchkes and all the little candy bags and stuff,
Sure.
'cause
The
I bought
merchandise, yeah.
I didn't realize, like, I bought
Merchandise.
like a bag. Last time I went there, I bought like a bag of like dark chocolate almonds. I was like, oh man, dark chocolate almonds sound good. And they rang it up. It was like $15 for like an 8-ounce bag, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Or, I think it was more than that. It was pretty
merchandise can get pricey. Yeah, you're gonna pay $100 for a Jedi robe or something like that. But
So, what was your favorite part? Something old, something new, or
so it sucks. One of my favorite rides, the Haunted Mansion, is shut down. But the good side, the bright side of that is it's not just because it was broken. It's because they're actually upgrading it. The first permanent upgrade
for a more diverse cast.
Yeah,
of characters.
the ghosts will now be. You can't tell who they are. You know, they're gonna have.
it's just a. I think Wesley is frozen.
Wes.
I am.
No, he's
shoot.
He's just playing. Can you tell if I'm alive?
Sorry, Wesley. I was just. You were just playing through the whole thing. I apologize.
That's fine. I mean, I'm just listening.
Yeah,
Just what you're saying.
my bad. No, my bad.
Haunted Mansion
I don't need to
shut
be
down.
like all.
Splash Mountain no longer exists. It is
Now
completely.
they retired it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're not renovating Splash Mountain. It is done. They are completely changing the name and the look. It is no longer the what was it based off of?
Something
Song of the
racist.
South. Song of the
It
South.
was an old,
Song of the South.
cartoon.
I'm pretty sure. So now it's going to be Tiana's Swamp, the Princess and the Frog.
From Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
I don't know what else they're going to do to Critter Country, but the new things I got to do that were pretty cool was I finally went on Rise of the Resistance, the Star Wars second ride that came out. Really good, impressive on a few scales of measure. So getting into the ride, just the ride itself, the new technology that they're using for your vehicle, it's just a wheeled car. There's no tracks or anything like that. Yeah, a lot of interesting stuff there. And then Smuggler's Run still sucks. People, it was maybe 25 minutes standby the entire day.
I've never been to that one.
Don't bother. It's garbage. I don't know what it is, but sometimes Disney does this thing. A lot of parks do this, I guess, where they want to have this interactive ride. Think Astro Blasters, the
Toy Story
Buzz
one.
Lightyear, where you've got a thing and you're shooting some stuff. And sometimes it's fun. The two that I would say are fun are Astro Blasters is fine. It's a little dated. The new Mario Kart ride has that, Universal. It's really fun. At Midway at California Adventure has it. I don't remember how good it is, but they did it. Smuggler's Run tries to do something in that realm, but it's the worst possible example of something interactive and fun that you could do. Like, I did it back in 2016, and my job was to look at a light, and when it turned red, I pressed a button, and I couldn't see. There's no screen to watch or anything. Like Star Tours, you're just watching the screen and having a fun ride. This is just your screen's over there. You're over here watching a light, pressing a button. But the coolest thing I got to check out was in Toontown. They completely redid Toontown. So they've removed some stuff, they added some things, reworked a bunch of crap, and then they added a new ride called Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway. And it's brand new. It's what you could imagine something like Fantasyland, so like Toad's Wild Ride or something like that, if it was done today. Really cool. They have the same wheeled cars that Rise of Resistance has. It's got all the liveliness of like Roger Rabbit's ride or something, but way bigger. I mean, a bigger scale. We're talking huge screens that you're going through, a lot of pneumatics, and the characters that they have displayed up are a mix between 3D and digital. It was really cool. So
would you say how much amount of time percentage between standing in line and going to rides with that Genie Pass? Like, do you feel like you were able to like move along fairly quickly?
Yeah, I would never go to that park without getting the Genie Plus. I don't know how people don't get it, because you pay $30 at it for a meal anywhere you sit. But if you want to go on it's not like I have to go on every single ride. The Genie Plus doesn't actually cover every single ride in the park, and they changed it so you can only do each ride with they call it lightning lanes. You can do it once.
God.
But
This feels like this feels
it's
like
worth it,
fucking
bro.
premium currency. I swear to God, I'm
It
getting
is.
like Diablo 4 flashbacks. It's like, well, you have your ticket, and then you have your Genie Plus, where you can get your Lightning.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, fuck you. Like,
Well, what are you gonna do, man?
like let less people, or I don't know, or make it
No.
like, was it Fast Pass? Like literally, you went up and pressed a button. You didn't have to pay extra for it.
Yeah.
It was just a service that was given to
It was
you.
free.
So it's like
whole point of that,
$150 and then 30 and then like another limit, and then it's just like, fuck.
yeah, but the convenience of this is that you can do it's all in your app. You can do it at any time,
Well, you can
wherever the
put
fuck you are.
You could put a price on convenience at any time. That's the whole point. Right?
Yeah.
That's why they're
Yeah,
paying for it.
This helps
It's stupid. Like, I don't like
distribute.
it.
I mean,
do you
sure,
feel like
yeah.
maybe it's the same thing with like bad game design, where they're intentionally making it so that buying the Genie Plus is like the only way to rationally do it, instead of actually maybe fixing a problem with why it's 3 or 4 hours for a ride.
So yes,
or finding
if-
some kind of other solution. Like,
If
that's what
you
I'm saying.
could make it so that everybody had a scheduled slot for each ride, then there would be very little standby time, possibly, right? Because you'd have reserved spots for everybody in the park for
Right.
every ride. But I mean, I'm not a theme park master. I don't know what the problems, the full spectrum of the problems.
No.
All I know is that when I'm just sitting down looking at a shop or eating some churro, I can just go boop, boop, and then I've got the next ride queued up, and I walk over there and I wait maybe 5 minutes maximum. And I do that for every single ride that I could possibly want to go on in the park, besides Rise of the Resistance, which doesn't allow it. That's the one gotcha. The newest rides they're not
Sure.
on there. So if you
Well,
want
they're
it
the
to,
most popular.
yeah. Well, here's the premium content you're talking about. If you
Oh,
want it to go on
God,
Rise of the
there's
Resistance
more.
with a lightning lane, you can buy it individually. You could per person, a person can buy 2 individually per park visit. It's $30 by itself if you want the lightning lane. Just
Dude,
that right.
I have not been back to Disneyland in such a long time, and you are making me like
The only
like never.
No, it's really worth. If you do it the way I do it, it's a flawless experience. But the Minnie and Mickey ride, the only reason Anthony and I got to go on to that is without waiting and standby is because it's not provided on Genie Plus, but we had scheduled Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones is notorious for breaking down all the time. It broke down, so it gives you this like get out of jail free card that you can use on any ride one time at any time. It's
called the Thunder bonus pinky points.
Yeah.
And if you get 10 of them, then
Yeah.
you'll get the
free
Mickey
sub.
star, and yeah, you get a free sub. Yeah.
You get a free sub
mean-
and an extra coffee. And and for some reason they included the Minnie and Mickey ride in that bonus thing, but not Rise of the Resistance. So we went and did that and skipped the 45-minute standby line. Literally, there was, because that is also buy the ticket privately, there was nobody in the lightning lane. We just were from the outside, we were just
passing
casually
old women and like these kids that are crying,
Yes.
Mommy, I want to play with Mickey.
They're behind-
And these 2 fucking guys walk by. It's
Yeah,
just
they're
like,
behind a cage.
No, I'm looking lightning pass.
surveillance cameras and guards zapping them. Yeah, it felt like primo royalty pass. It was really cool. But
Well, it sounds like a good time.
yeah, it was.
If you can afford it.
They updated Star
can
Tours a
afford it.
little bit. They added Andor and Ashoka to Star Tours.
Well, I just when Aaron's talking about buying his tickets, it just makes me think like, when Alice is 6, do I want to go? It's like, I don't know. You got $600 for just the park, hotel, food, flight, gas.
hotel, yeah.
Like you're
flying
man.
across. That's the thing is, I'm spoiled that I live close enough to.
Well, without the flight, but still, it's still expensive.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
but it sounds like good. I mean, you went, and it's been such a long time since.
I mean, it's not
been,
like
so.
like Disneyland itself for me. It's not a bad experience going. Like with the reserve system they have now, it actually kind of limits a lot of congestion. Like there is still some depending on the day, because there are days that are blacked out. And obviously, you got to remember too, David, that there are tiers for passes and tickets. So like you have like just the standard ticket, you have like the golden ticket, and then you have like the upper tier where like there's no blackout dates.
Oh, you're talking
and
about season passes,
yeah.
or
So
they
there's other
call
things
like
that you can do,
membership
yeah.
now.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
call them memberships. So you pay X amount up front, and then you get the pass.
Yeah,
And that pass
They had
has,
those.
like,
They
so
had
much.
those when we were younger.
Well, I'm
They
just
had
saying
those-
that
they had those
since
passes.
COVID, like they've increased the amount of those that exist. So there are
Right.
more tiers now.
right.
But the reserve day system is, I think, helped a lot of that. I don't think it's nearly as bad as it was on a regular day. Like if you just go like when you had a season pass, like 10 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was far more congestion and packed there with people than it is now.
It
'Cause
always
they put a cap on it. Like you can only have so many people in the park on those days. Like
Well, when you
so-
raise the
They
price
have-
to 150 and then charge people extra, there's going to
Right.
be,
yeah, they're
Exactly.
there's going to be a lot less pores in there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, brothers?
yeah, but
There's
you know
gonna be a little
what?
bit-
Those
the park's going to be
pores.
cleaner. Okay, let's all just I don't know. The corners are going to feel a little bit nicer.
Those
it's gonna
those
feel a lot
premium
lighter in there.
passes. The premium passes help the pores.
Get the fuck out.
Really good. Yeah, but
All
having the premium passes helps the people who don't even buy that get space. It just because you're no longer crowding them.
All right, well, let's
Yeah.
let's get moving on here. We've been
Okay.
talking about the Magical Kingdom too long. Now we have to talk about some other shit. So we here at Two Guys, One Guy like to bring up what is going on in the world and then not address the problem at all because that just sounds awful. We're gonna talk about our personal experiences instead. So this week, what are we talking about? Well, Upfit, the global leader in uplifting Tesla's for fleet use and a division of unplugged performance, proudly introduced this week the world's first Tesla Cybertruck patrol vehicle. Ready for use by public safety officials everywhere, from police and
Is that
fire
what they call them
departments
now? Public
to
safety
military
officials?
and tactical response. They're not just cruisers, but the one we're talking about is a cruiser. So the quote is, the Upfit Cybertruck Next Gen Patrol Vehicle represents a significant engineering leap into the future, and we're excited to offer law enforcement agencies the future of policing.
Wow.
So good times, everyone. I don't know if anyone remembered the H2 police vehicles when
No.
they came out with the Hummer and all those.
I don't remember that.
Other-
Did they come
They
out with
had
those?
like, oh, I
No, I don't remember
I
that.
mean, just silly stuff, with police vehicles and all that stuff. And now Tesla Cybertruck is being so what we wanted to talk about today, the first thing is what's the most useless piece of police gear or the most ridiculous piece of police gear that you've heard of or seen?
Gun.
Really?
Yeah, get rid of it. They don't need it.
Useless.
It's the most useless. The most useless device they have. Honestly,
Yeah, why do they need guns?
what do they need guns for?
In the military, right, when you're going through, I was in the security force. One of the things that we talked about was the baton, and you had different kind of intermediate intervention stuff. So you had like pepper spray. You could get a taser, but generally not. And then we were like, oh yeah, the baton's an intermediate tool, and they're like, no, that's lethal. It's a lethal tool. It's categorized in the same as a gun. And they're like, oh, it's just a baton. And then he took a baton and then he smashed it up against it was like a box or something. And I mean, batons kill.
Yeah.
You can kill with a baton. It's not something, you see the old ones that come on, coppers, but those things are steel.
Yeah.
Like they're weapons, and I don't know. I just never thought about that before.
Talking about a billy club?
I am talking about a billy club, but I'm talking about for modern cops is the batons.
Yeah.
The telescoping or just the old
Telescoping.
Tonfa looking one?
Like they come out, and then when you can lock it out.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, They're
I
deadly.
don't. I think it should be more like how Demolition Man was. They should just have those like weird batons and just like kind of just hit him in the head with it and just knocks him out. That's all they need. I don't
Oh,
think they need anything
God.
else.
Yeah, in the magical world
Why
of
do they need all these
movies.
guns, dude? Why do they fucking? Why do they need all these guns? That's the only
Because
thing I
they're
took
Wesley.
from that.
We already talked about this. They're good guys with guns.
That's right.
That's what we need.
I don't know, man.
That's what the cops are.
Good
I don't know.
guys.
I
with-
would say.
What?
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
Oh, I was just gonna say the most useless thing that I've ever seen would be like the Humvee military vehicles that they have, like the tanks that they have.
Where did you see that?
Specifically John Oliver when he did an episode on police spending,
Mhm.
and they went over some of the things that the police had spent on, and they went over riots, or not riots. What are those called? When you search, you break into someone's house.
A warrant?
Siege
Oh,
equipment.
siege?
So the cops have siege equipment. Like they go in, they can break down doors with
Jesus
like military grade weapons and
Yeah,
equipment.
sounds
And it's the
awesome.
idea that like, why are you using military
Yeah.
tactics and equipment
Yeah.
on citizens?
Yeah,
Like, I get if they're a danger, but when you break into someone's house and flashbang the place, it's just like, well, maybe some of this isn't necessary equipment.
none of it is.
We
None of it's
have-
necessary.
So,
Our police force.
If I can't have it, they should be able to have it.
What's that?
I mean,
a gun?
I think you can. Most
Siege
things that
equipment.
police have. I mean, I don't know where you could buy it, but is it illegal to own like? Is it illegal to own one of those like door busters that have like a
door ramrod?
yeah, it's like stuff like that? Like, I think you could have it.
I don't know.
I think you'd be put on a list if you started buying it. But
Yeah, there's certain things you can't own. There's definitely some things you just can't carry around. But our
Yeah, that's
police
true.
in general have this problem where they try and be a Swiss Army knife. They try to be everything under the sun when they don't.
oh yeah,
Right. So if you look at our beat
remember hearing
cops
that.
versus, say, Japan or England's beat cops, they're a little bit different. You go to those countries and they're wearing fluorescent colors. They have no guns. They, they look a little more formal in their uniform, like maybe a prior New York beat cop before they gave him cargo SWAT pants and combat boots and stuff like that. But yeah, you would think, okay, so you save all the siege gear stuff for the SWAT guys when there's an actual die-hard situation going on. But it's your average Joe cop just driving down the street looks like he's ready to go into Desert Storm or some shit like that.
right.
Yeah. Fallujah.
like,
I was going to say Fallujah.
That famous photo of that cop walking through during the George Floyd, I think it was George Floyd riots. It was one of those times, and he was wearing like desert camis.
Yeah.
It's just like
It was a
pointing a gun at someone. Yeah, it was a cop pointing a gun at someone. No trigger discipline, no whatsoever. And then in desert camis next to like a Safeway. And it's like, why are you wearing fatigues?
Because he feels cool.
Yeah, it's just
There's
this
no way.
is stupid. You could literally wear anything else and be more like more hidden. You know, it's
These guys feel cool doing what they're doing. That's why they do it. If they're allowed to get away with it, they'll do it. And that's a shame because even their superiors want to try and be cool and give all these guys the things that make them feel cool and tough. And I don't know. For them, if it feels like it makes their job easier to look like some kind of invading force when you're giving someone a speeding ticket, there you go. That's up to your county, though, isn't it? Though it's a little more than just statewide stuff or county or country.
it does. I know that different districts and everything have different rules, but
Right.
well, yeah. Well, maybe next on the list will be the Tesla Cybertruck. That might be the next most useless piece of
they're
gear.
actually using the Cybertruck, or they're just proposing
No.
the idea of using a Cybertruck.
proposing. Yeah, this hasn't happened yet. It's just the fact that it's going that direction.
Okay.
Well, I don't.
But
I mean, it seems dumb for the police to have electric vehicles. I feel like so much more can go wrong with them.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the plan, right, is that everyone goes electric, right? Isn't that
I mean, in
if you were
California,
selling the Cybertruck, I'd be saying that's your ultimate goal, is that everyone will have these. So
This is going to be the future of cops. This is their Cybertruck, the crackdown Cybertruck.
that's
The agency. They're going to have some kind of turbo Batmobile looking.
Oh, there you go.
There's got a cannon turret on the top.
It looks like something out of like Halo.
This is going to be cruising
they
down
want.
LA
They
streets.
want
Oh
that.
no,
Yeah.
not Halo. That looks like the Mako from Mass Effect.
Oh,
That's
a
what
little
those
bit.
remind me of.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
more accurate.
This is what it's going to look
Yeah.
like as you're going down the streets. You're going to have them flying all over the place. That's what I'm expecting. Yeah.
All right. Well, I think
stupid.
with the Cybertruck, we can all agree that it's ugly as sin. It's an ugly ass fucking.
It's very
car,
ugly.
It's honestly,
regardless
it's,
what you say.
it's amazing how much money they put into something like that. And like I heard too that you can't even even if you want to wash the truck, you actually can't wash it. You have to put it in car wash mode
Yes,
because it'll
Yes.
short circuit all the
it
bullshit that's in it.
damages.
It damages
Mhm.
it, the components.
Yeah.
Just like, come on. I mean, my cell phone's more waterproof than your truck. Is that what you're telling me? Give me a break.
It doesn't even look like a truck, and now it doesn't act like a truck. It can't drive up steep inclines. It can't go over tough terrain. You can't get it wet.
It's the future. Delicate, soft, and easily breakable.
Are people sick of Elon Musk yet? Can we get that be normalized to just not like that
Oh,
guy
man.
anywhere?
It's too rich.
Is anybody ashamed to own a Tesla yet? Is that
No.
I saw a Cybertruck
I've
2
seen
days
a
ago.
bunch. I've seen them all over the fucking place.
First time I saw one. Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Have you seen that video?
Well, I
I
was
mean,
gonna-
Teslas are everywhere. Teslas are probably like, I mean, it's such a noticeable difference now. What's on the road? You see those way more than I ever thought. They're like everywhere. Like this is probably one of the more commonly driven cars now, at least in Southern California.
Tesla?
Teslas,
Yeah, I see them.
absolutely.
But they're as common
Yeah.
as a Honda.
It seems like
Mm.
it. They're everywhere. And I don't know much about them. I mean, I do know that some people really like to, they'll, which is it's odd saying it, but like they have to download software to upgrade their
Oh yeah.
car.
Heard that. Mm.
So if you want like the rig, you buy the stock version, but if you want the souped up version, to kind of remove the regulator or whatever it is to make it go a lot faster, you have to buy it. It's like, I don't know, it's like some amount of money, like
What?
a couple
You don't
$1,000.
own. You don't own anything. You
What-
don't even own your car.
That's called ludicrous mode.
Yes.
No, I'm
It's
serious.
right after. It's right after Plaid.
I'm not joking. It's called ludicrous.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's a fan. That's
Here.
about. Actually, that makes more sense.
I'm pretty freaking sure.
Yeah.
Ludicrous.
That's. I think that's a
Tesla.
Spaceballs reference.
And-
if I would be so bold.
That's
I think it is.
that makes kind of sense.
Ludicrous speed is. That's why I was. I don't. That's why I made the joke. It was right after Plaid, because in the movie, it was like, faster, like holy shit, Plaid, and then it was
That's
ludicrous
right.
speed.
That you know what? I just realized something. There's a Tesla that lives nearby here, and
The
it
Tesla
has,
lives there?
A
It
Tesla
does.
lives there.
Yeah.
It drives by itself. I mean, that's
it's
it.
a smart AI, so yeah, it can't
It
find
had a
it.
woman inside of it the other day. I think it was the neighbor's wife.
Can't
I think he's
park.
sleeping with.
Can't park, but it can get into the side of the apartment. It has this person put a sticker on the back that looks like the Plaid from Spaceballs. It's just a sticker of Plaid.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you
that
go.
makes sense
There you
now.
go.
But yeah,
Oh, we've gone Plaid. That's what it was. It
right.
wasn't. Yeah.
So yeah, acceleration modes:
Been a while.
chill, standard, sport, insane, ludicrous, insane plus, ludicrous plus.
Fuck this guy. Now I don't like him. I didn't care about him. Now I don't fucking like this dude.
I'm not going to go down that path, but
Yeah,
I'm
please
pretty
don't.
sure it
Please
was
don't.
about $30,000 just to unlock it, meaning they don't equip anything new to your car. They just turn on they click a box on your car and it allows it to do something that you normally
People
couldn't.
have got. I mean, if people are jailbreaking phones, someone's got to be jailbreaking Teslas. Someone's got to have some sort of side hustle.
You
Maybe.
void the warranty if you do it, and then if you try to take it in for repairs, which you can only do at a Tesla dealership, they can like take your car back or something. Like I've heard.
I mean, just
heard,
re-implement
people.
just unhack it again. Then
I don't
Unhack
know. I don't know. Unhack it.
I don't know.
Come on, hackers.
Yeah, it's
You can unhack
Cyberpunk.
Well, the other discussion point I wanted to go over, because the Tesla is so ridiculous, is what ugly and ridiculous cars from when we were kids or when we were younger do you guys remember coming out?
PT Cruiser.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
It's the ugliest
PT
car.
Cruiser is stupid as shit.
Even the
Mini
name.
hurts.
The
They might as-
name even was just dumb.
It's a stupid name. It's a stupid car. The turn radius is garbage.
Oh, did someone own a PT Cruiser? Am I hearing?
I don't know who.
No,
Oh, you said the turn radius is garbage. I thought you were like reliving past trauma of your PT Cruiser that you had.
No, why would I? What made you think I own a PT
I don't know.
Cruiser?
I don't, because you said terrible turn radius, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, he must have driven one at some point.
Well, I just because I know about a feature in a car
no,
doesn't
that's
mean
fine.
I
That's
owned
fine.
it.
Yeah. No, I thought you had though.
No.
But PT Cruiser is a great one.
I
think
always
I-
like the ones that you see that people try to pimp it out where they put the flames on the side.
Oh,
Trying
that's
to, like,
even
toughen the
more
look.
embarrassing.
Oh, God.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's PT Cruiser. Come on, man. Like, you don't
Yeah.
even, what are you doing?
I had always thought it was for me PT Cruiser, and then do you guys remember the Cube?
The
When they
cubes.
tried to make those.
That's not
those
that
Cube
old.
cars. It's not that old, but they definitely weren't like. I mean, I don't see cubes rolling around, and I thought they looked retarded.
They
yeah,
did, yeah.
the cubes didn't look good. Some of the
They had the
Scions
wrap
didn't look
around
good either.
window, right?
Who made those? Nissan.
The Nissan Cube, yeah. They had all those. They had all those hip hop commercials from when
The
we were
hamsters.
younger. Like,
Oh, that's
custom-
right.
yeah. Oh, Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, with all that stuff, and they were doing like the cool kids car, and we were like 20 or something, and it was the stupidest shit ever. It's like that's not cool.
Pretty sure they
I
had.
can't even afford it.
They
but-
had several versions of it. They had that. One of the signature things about this car was that it had a connecting window from its rear
Yes.
window to its back side window.
Oh, that's
Why?
right. That's so weird.
Yes.
I don't know.
Because it's cool, man. Why do you do cool
For
things?
voyeuristic filming or something. I'm not sure. The only thing I really remember is that our friend Arthur, or Arthur Wesley,
Arthur Fong. Yeah.
Yeah,
he owned one and he pimped it out.
beautiful.
Yeah, he pimped that
Look,
out. He made
I'll
it
never
It's
disrespect
like-
that man.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good looking car. I'd rather own
No.
a VW Bug at that point.
Oh, the bugs came back, but I mean, those I think are kind of
That
a
was
little
a-
more iconic.
How about that?
but-
That was also lame. When the Volkswagen.
Yeah, they
made-
did the bugs. Yeah, that was back in like 2008 or something, or when they redid them.
I still see
I mean,
those.
that's the thing. I don't think that I don't think those are that bad. I mean, they have a unique look. I don't like
Yeah.
them, but I don't think they look stupid. It's like the Tesla Cybertruck looks fucking retarded. Like it looks stupid as shit. PT Cruiser looks stupid as shit.
Yeah. It doesn't look like it's even like I don't know. Something about it just looks like it's just gonna break.
It's horrible.
It doesn't look
Oh, there
sturdy.
they are.
Ugly.
There they
It's the ugliest car.
Oh my God.
It's pretty. Dude, the
It's
worst one
like-
is the fake panel wood one. Look at that one.
Yeah, the Woody.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I remember seeing a few of them that had that. Yeah, they had the paneled wood.
Oh god, it's not real paneled wood either. It's just painted on there, so it's
Oh my
lamer.
gosh.
You know what I didn't
Well,
like?
they can't make
Oh,
a
the
car
Honda
with paneled
Element.
wood.
Oh, is it
Yes,
the
the
Honda?
Honda.
Oh, the Element.
That's
I
another
didn't think
one.
Honda.
I didn't think those looked as bad.
Well,
They
then
look
you're that
fucking
guy.
dumb.
Did they? I didn't
Yeah.
think they looked as bad as
The
like
plastic
the Cube,
bumper
but-
and the plastic fender. I'm like, oh
You,
god.
you know what I think happened is I think I was gonna buy one of those when I bought my Forester. They had one of these cars and I was like, oh, this has like the room and everything, and I got in it. I was like, this feels okay, and then I started looking up reviews for it, and it was literally like a do not buy, stay away from these cars. It is like the cheapest. Like you're in a fuselage. They did nothing to that vehicle,
The-
and it ended up
Believe it.
getting. They don't make them anymore.
The Toyota
so-
had some. I'm pretty sure that it was Honda or Toyota, but they had a pickup truck that looked like the Honda Element at some point. I can't remember the name of it, but maybe it was
Oh, I know which one you're
Nissan.
talking about. I can't remember what it's called, but a lot of people use them as off-road vehicles.
Yeah, that whatever it was also pretty hideous. It just looked like a Honda Element.
No.
Tougher
Hmm.
one, a little beefier.
Ugly
I definitely
car.
think PT Cruiser and Cube are definitely the two winners in memory. Yeah.
At least
Yeah,
in our
definitely.
time.
I
So
forgot about that car.
the Cybertruck trunk will cut vegetables and sever your limbs. Did you hear about the guy that did the video, or have you seen
Oh,
it?
yeah. Yeah, I did.
No.
Yeah.
No, what happened?
So
So
this-
there's a guy. Yeah, go ahead, Aaron.
A guy was, I don't know, just being a jackass. One of those people who's a little too eager to talk about a certain product and wants to review it and do all these things with it. And he's like, I'm going to put my finger in there. And so he puts his finger in there. Trunk starts closing. It looks like it's going to sever it. It's going to break it off. It keeps going up and back down and up and back down. He finally gets it out. I don't know what happened to this guy, but I heard that the design that the programmers made for this trunk was that if something blocks its path, it'll try again harder, or it just keeps retrying again. Instead of it saying, okay, there's something in the way, back all the way off as a safety feature, there's something in the way, I'm gonna force this thing down even harder. Like you're shoving something into the trunk. And
Sure, this isn't an Amazon vehicle, because that sounds like Amazon's business model.
right, yeah, just idiots. I don't know who
They
works
have Amazon's doing that now too. They have Amazon delivery trucks that are EVs. I saw them a couple days ago.
I thought all Amazon delivery drivers were like hustlers. So what do they call
Third?
self-employed?
third party.
When they third party. Yeah. Like I mean a lot of my deliveries there's just some dude comes up in a van and then drops off my Amazon.
I think
package.
Oh, some of
Some-
them, yeah. They're like I don't know. They're like conscripted. They're not
Oh
like
my God, they're
not
like, they don't have a choice. They're they
no. It's
signed
like
they signed a bargain with
it's
Amazon.
like
there.
it's like they're like a leased employee. I don't know what you'd call it, independently contracted or something.
Yeah,
They're like a
independent
third party,
contractors. Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, they have independent contractors. I don't know if they drive electric cars. I
No,
just
but
see
I'm
'em
saying like
driving
the delivery, the actual Amazon delivery trucks.
Oh, haven't
Some
seen-
of them are EVs now. They
oh,
look
I haven't
weird.
seen that. Have not seen
They
it.
exist now.
Well, last thing we wanted to talk about. So we talked a little bit about how ugly those cars were. I don't know if you guys have ever had a car, if you had a chance to ride one or buy it and have that car yours regardless of price, what would you guys want to ride?
Ooh,
I don't even know anymore. I haven't thought.
Really?
I haven't thought about cars or ownership of them or what I'd like to drive in so damn long.
I have one that I would like to own, but it's not a monetary value one. It's my grandma's car. She has a Z28.
the Trans Am, or is that what
Yeah.
it is, right?
It's a Camaro.
It's a Camaro, I'm sorry.
1962 or something
Or
like
like
that.
an
that has, like-
iRock.
It's got like 40,000 miles on it. She drove it like to and from church every like Sunday for the last, however long. And it's this gorgeous black car. And like I'm saying, like,
I
like
remember
grandma.
I
Yeah,
remember.
it's a gorgeous car. And it's literally just she takes it out like once a month. And she drives it for, like 30 minutes
Is this
and then
it?
drives it back and then gets
It's the Camaro IROC.
it's a Z28.
Oh.
That's the only part that I know. I honestly don't even know the make.
Okay. That new?
Is that a Z28?
What year?
1960 something?
1960 something.
Maybe just put 1960.
Okay. Is that it?
That's not it at all.
All right.
Well, anyway.
Are you sure it's a Camaro?
Anyway,
I don't think it's.
Yeah,
a Camaro.
I don't think it's a Camaro. I don't think it's a Camaro.
Nice.
But either way, it's a gorgeous
Trans Am.
car.
It's a Trans Am.
Okay, well, it's a
Because
Trans Am.
it has the bird on the top of it. Doesn't
What's
it?
your dream
Yeah, it
car?
does.
It's a Trans Am, dude.
Well, it's not the car. That's my grandma's car again. It's not the fact that it's a car. It is her car, and I want to keep it in the family, and I want it to be mine. But
Do you think
Okay.
you're gonna get
we'll
it?
see.
You're the only one with a
It's
grandma.
gonna go to a cousin.
So here. This is what's gonna
It's
happen.
gonna go to last
I know-
second cousin.
I know. My mom refuses to let go of anything in her life.
Oh, we know.
Anything. And when my
Okay.
grandma dies, there is no way that my mom will relinquish control because it is part of my grandma. So it will stay with her for the next
no, it's gonna be
20 or 30
lawn.
years, like on a lawn or in a garage or somewhere. It's going to degrade because my grandma takes
Just steal it.
like religious care of it, and my mom is just going to have it. It's just going to be a car, and it's either going to do that or it's going to be full of tools.
Just kill her. Kill your mom. Kill your mom. Just kill her.
And by
Get
the
rid of her.
time it gets to me, it's going to be trashed. That is my assessment of what's going to happen.
Here's what we're gonna
I
do.
will try to fight
David,
so that I will be like, Mom, give
David,
me the.
this is what we're gonna do. I already have a plan. Okay, me
Yeah.
and Aaron are gonna steal it. We'll-
Yeah,
done it
we're
before.
fucking-
We've done it before. We'll steal the car.
You like kill my grandma, burn down her house,
I'm not
and
gonna
take
kill
the cars.
her.
Like, well, we couldn't
No,
leave any
no.
witnesses. We needed to make it look like it was a whole thing. So they
David, we're not doing that. We're not gonna kill anyone. When your grandma dies and relinquishes the car and gives it to your mom, that's when we'll steal it.
Can you kill a macaw for me though when you steal it? Because I would like some murder to happen to some of my.
Well,
mom's
that's
No,
a
no, no, no.
that's
We're
a
gonna set-
misery put down.
Yeah,
yeah.
but I think we would
But
just
anyway,
let that go.
That would be my car. That's what I'm hoping
It's
for.
a good
so,
choice.
yeah.
Nice. You bring it out there to you?
I don't know what I'd do with it.
It snows.
I don't want to talk about it. It's making me sad.
Yeah.
Making me sad. I don't know. What do you got, Wes? What's your car?
I've always loved the Lamborghinis. The
Really, a
Lamborghini-
sports car kind of guy?
Lamborghini. I've always liked the Lamborghini Diablos.
Like a Need for Speed 1990
Yeah.
Diablo?
Yes.
Damn. Okay.
Okay.
Have you ever ridden in like an actual sports car before?
Not like that. No.
No. I mean, neither have I. I mean, it sounds nice. I don't know what you. I mean, again, it's like one of those things where it's such a luxury item. Like, what would you do with it? I mean, you drive it, right?
Well, right, but you would obviously drive it. But the feature for me that I always loved about that car in particular was the way the doors opened, how they opened vertically like
Did
that.
they do? Yeah.
I always
that's
loved
cool.
that. Always loved the
cool.
way it looked.
Suicide
always
door,
loved-
right?
Suicide door, yeah.
No,
You know, why don't they
suicide
offer
doors,
those?
I don't
Oh, yeah,
think those
go
are
on.
called suicide doors. Suicide doors are the ones that open
Backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
Mm.
Those are suicide doors.
Oh, okay.
Um,
That seems like such a cool feature. I know it'd be extra money, but I'm surprised you don't see it as like a, people want leather seats, right? Like,
Mhm.
oh, I'll pay an extra $2-3 for leather seats. How much would it be for? I mean, I'm not an engineer.
Door
here.
that
Well,
goes
again,
up.
you
It's just
Well-
like an add-on.
well, that's
Right.
that's for the war.
Headlights that pop up also look cool, but they're not.
They do.
They do look cool.
They do look cool. They look cool as shit.
They're not
Yeah,
dynamic.
Why don't they hire us? I don't understand. We have all these genius ideas. What do we need to do with this car? It's like, put a chick in it and make her gay. All right. Like, we got all the good ideas here.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, that's mine. I would love one of those. Just
A
drive one would be cool.
Lamborghini.
Diablo.
What about you, Aaron? You got nothing?
I would just, any car that costs more than $20,000 pretty much is a dream car for me to drive. Any car that doesn't have more than 10,000 miles and costs more than $20,000.
Who sapped your soul, man?
I know. Aaron, like
Christ.
literally, Aaron, if you could get any car, what would you get in this economy? It's like, oh my god.
I've
Depends,
never,
because I would have to insure it, and then the insurance would be much higher. So I don't want, my deductible's already this, so
Look,
I don't know.
Aaron's practicality will save him a lot of pain.
It has nothing to do with practicality.
We the dreamers over here are going to
you're
suffer
way off course,
a lot
shipmate. Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with practicality. It has to do with the fact that I've never driven a new car of any kind at all. I don't even think I've been in a fancy car that costs more than $30,000. So I don't even know.
You didn't what's his name? Sean like fucking jerk you off in his Tesla?
I mean, Sean bought a Tesla, but like,
yeah, but didn't you ride with him in it? Didn't he like take you around in it?
Yeah, I've ridden
Was that
in
his
it.
whole thing? Yeah,
Well,
that's
here,
a fancy car. It's about
no,
as fancy
it's
as
not.
it gets now.
I don't think it's a fancy.
No,
car.
Tesla's not
they're-
fancy. The only thing that's
they're-
impressive about the
yeah,
Tesla is that it can accelerate fast, and he loved to do that. He would often go 130 entering the freeway.
What the fuck?
Something like
Well,
that.
what do you consider fancy? Those are expensive.
There's
More
luxury
than 20
cars.
I mean,
grand.
they're not
Well,
luxury
they're not
cars,
expensive
though.
cars.
They're not luxury cars. They're 50,000.
Not even that.
Like
you can buy a
mid-range, right?
Tesla for like 30,000, and then they just have a bunch of packages you can add
Well,
on.
you
The only
gave the
reason,
limits.
the only reason
Wesley's just hold
Sean's
on one
costs
second. I
more
gotta go
than
buy a Tesla.
30,000 is because he did a dual motor, which means that both the front and the back wheels will spin. Otherwise, you can just have a front wheel drive Tesla that's like $30,000, and then if you add on different paint, if you add on different wheels, if you add on a different speed package, ludicrous drive, you can easily pay up to like 70,000 for a $30,000 car.
My point was, Aaron, is that you said anything over 20 grand. So I'm just going off your parameters of your like high of whatever you're talking about.
He's
like,
just
well, I gotta
saying
tell
that
you,
he's,
the Tesla's not impressive from the inside. In fact, it's the quite opposite. It looks very boring and stale and unimpressive in every means. There's literally no dashboard at all. It's just a fucking wheel and then a iPad right in the middle. And the seats, there's nothing special about the seats or the interior or anything.
It's minimalist, right? That's the whole like.
Even that,
I don't know.
to that degree, they're just boring. Again, the only thing impressive about it is that it can accelerate fast. That's about it. There's nothing like. In fact, here's the other thing: is Sean would like to run he's one of those guys that runs his AC constantly. So it smelt like a dirty ass fish tank every time I got into his car. And he even spelt like a dairy product drink in there at some point. So it smelled like rotting ass in a fish tank. So cool. Yeah. Great.
it's I don't know too much about that guy, and I'm not one to really just talk shit.
I got something else to say.
He always seemed like to me, he just always seemed like a huge douchebag. The way he
wow.
like
It's coming out now.
No, I actually interact with him. He's pretty cool. But when I see him and like how he talks,
I don't know anything about him, but he's a fucking huge douchebag.
No, I'm just saying. Shit. I'm saying he seems like one. Like the way he talks, the way he describes things. Like when he talks about. Anytime I ever interacted with that guy, all he ever talked about was himself. Like there was never like a conversation where I had with him where it wasn't something
he's a little bit of a showboat. You could say maybe, and I don't mean this in a mean way at all, but say pretentious or
yeah,
self-absorbed. No, but I just mean like He's actually a very considerate person, like one of the most considerate people I've ever met. But he is obsessed with like telling you what he knows and showing you what he has, and a lot of people just read that in some manner. And
I like him. I mean, every time I've interacted with him, we've had a good time. Like when we hosted
great.
that video game thing, it was great. I'm just saying, like, if you just take a step back and you didn't really know him, he would seem like one.
Well, for instance, when he buys stuff, he goes bigger than he needs to. Before he got a Tesla, he had a BMW, and he loves this kind of showy stuff. And what I was going to say is, because he loves to peel out everywhere he drives.
Does he really?
Yeah, well, the Tesla weighs more than your average car.
You're describing him, and a douchebag is coming into view.
It's starting to.
Yeah, he drives like a douchebag, that's for sure. Every person he's brought in the car, he's peeled out with them. So the Tesla weighs, I want to say, at least 1.5 to 2 times heavier than your average sedan, because those batteries are so heavy. And where the weight's distributed and stuff like that. And then the tires aren't designed they're not race tires. They're just, your standard tire. So because he accelerated, when you go fast, you brake hard. When you brake hard, when you go fast, your tires are getting worn in. So he didn't even have his new Tesla for a year, maybe less than a year. And he had to replace all 4 tires because he basically made them bald, and it was I think $150 per tire or something more like that. And I laughed at him so hard, because I'm thinking every time you accelerate, there's like a minus $25 charge on your screen that pops up. Because he can't help himself. Yeah. But Teslas aren't fancy. They're just really fast, and they're just common now. That's why there's so many of them, is because the price actually dropped. They got those packages. So I've never actually been inside. I mean, I've been inside of newer cars once in a while, but the people that own them are either trash their vehicle or smoke or something like that. So I don't even know where I would start if I were to get into some kind of luxury, like what's inside of a brand new 2024 Lexus or Mercedes Benz. I don't know. I have no fucking clue. Like, I drive
the most Matthew McConaughey and a glass of whiskey.
This has nothing to do with what I would. Obviously, I'm cheap when it comes to the car I buy. I just haven't been around.
I want to see you in when I think luxury, I don't think sport with you. I think like a Cadillac. Nice new Cadillac, like those newer ones, like the really top tier. Like, I'm talking like luxury, where like the fucking chick comes out from underneath the wheel and just gives you head or something.
Oh,
like,
wow.
something like that.
Like a 90s Carl's Jr. commercial.
Yeah. That's what I.
That is such a good. That is such a good. Like, yes.
The new
back from that.
The new Lamborghini, or what's the car? Cadillac comes with a sloppy toppy for only 25,000.
That sounds more like a Carl's Jr. commercial than.
If I were to pick a type of vehicle, though, it's a tough mix up between, say, your old muscle car. They look cool, they sound cool, but I want an actual old one. Those are shit. They're actually really slow and crappy. Carburetors are terrible. The vehicles are so old and run down, water problems and crap like that. But a new, say, like muscle car would be fun to maybe try out. Something like a Hellcat or whatever, as long as I don't pull a Paul Walker. And then there's obviously your luxury cars.
Too soon.
It's never too soon.
Not okay.
Yeah,
that's not
by an inch, whether it's an inch or a mile, he's going to hell. So. There's luxury cars like your BMWs, Mercedes, stuff like that. I don't know enough about those. And then the last category I'd say is your outdoorsy stuff, like a Jeep. I don't count Mercedes. They're stupid safari looking bullshit. Like, what are you doing?
You don't want a luxury off-road vehicle? That's the best of both worlds, Eric.
The new Mercedes fucking Jeep that's like $130.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about? It's $130,000 for the bottom. Here, let's see. Mercedes
People, it's designed. It's
Jeep.
technically designed to be an off-road vehicle, but no one uses it off-road at all.
Yeah, the SUV.
They
This
pimp it out
That's a Jeep.
it's
Yeah.
the bottom tier of all the classes they have. I think 130,000 for the bottom tier. What is the purpose of this truck? Are you going for like big game hunting in Malibu? You're looking for the largest.
Going to the grocery store. That's where you do your
It's so
hunting.
stupid. But
Yeah.
I don't think I would
Very
mind.
popular.
I see a lot of Jeeps around where I live where they have the, I don't know what you call it, the Sarah Connor added care package, where it's got like shovels and pickaxes mounted to the front, extra water tanks and fuel canisters in the back. Do you know what I'm talking about? A winch, a snorkel, floodlights, rail, all that kind of like mudslide pack on this. So like, who the fuck, where are you going with this, dude? Are you even in the fire department or some kind of forest rescue, or are you just
to their credit? When I went to Kern River with my brother, we went off roading because you have to have an off road vehicle to go there. You can't operate without one. You see a lot of that, and people really go. People really take that shit seriously. Like they spare no expense in making their vehicle look and work to what they're doing. Like you need, some of those places are treacherous, and you need all that equipment to like make it work.
it's a whole
but,
activity.
I mean, it is a whole activity. Like we saw like convoys going, man. It was so cool, like seeing all these different off-road vehicles. I even saw a couple Subaru Outbacks that were kind of pimped out, which is really interesting to see. You know, they had like a 4 or 5 inch lift on those vehicles as well, and like all the gadgetry you would need to operate with it.
So yeah,
it's cool.
I could see myself doing something like that. The problem with
I
that,
can see
though,
you in like a
is
Toyota 4Runner, Aaron. With the whittle ladder in the back, with the whittle ladder
in
the back.
Yeah, but the problem with those is, again, they're amazing if you are doing a lot of outdoor stuff. But I'm not, and I'd like to, but I don't, and they're just not efficient in town.
Aaron, you have the only companion you need to do any of that sort of stuff.
Little dog.
Little dog.
Yeah, no, you know what?
And you can do it at any time.
I mean, you know this, Wesley. I've been hankering to do any kind of outdoor stuff for a while now.
Well, that's why I suggested we should go to David. I would love to hunt.
Mm-hmm.
That would be cool. I want to kill something.
Yeah.
And eat it.
There's a lot.
You were talking about killing his mom earlier. We could start there.
There's a lot of planning that needs to. First off, it's too late.
Yeah,
to sign up.
I'm just saying.
But I mean, you could still come out here and do it illegally. That's fine.
It's not illegal. Your father-in-law has some land, right?
We'll both have tags as long as you just can't carry a gun. But we'll be in the blind. I'll hand the gun to you. You'll shoot and then hand the gun right back to me.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not true. In order to be, there's actually laws against it. You can't even be out with us hunting if you don't have
a license.
Well, you can get your license, but if you don't have a tag,
it's a tag.
So what you do, you tag a deer. So you buy tags from the county, and then it's like there's certain out of state has to lottery. Landowners get like extra tags. Like there's all these rules and everything. And what you're supposed to do is when you kill a deer, before you even move it, you're supposed to tag it.
How would they possibly track any of this?
They are allowed to go on any land.
Yeah, but I mean,
the forest. Like they can go. They can go anywhere. They can be walking and then just they have full reign and control to do whatever they want.
Yeah, but you're making it sound like there's just at any given time several rangers just wandering around out in every forest all the time.
I mean, during deer season, they'll be patrolling. Like obviously, it's going to be hard, right? But the idea is they see a deer, like if they see deer in your truck, they can stop you and inspect the deer.
Yeah. Obviously, if it's in your truck at that point, I mean, like out in the forest, like. They can't even stop people from killing elephants. What are they going to do with deer?
It's when you're supposed to, right? So they probably my father-in-law, what he does, he doesn't tag when they drop. He tags when he dresses. So they drop, and then we have to drag it, however far back to camp or to the ATV, and then ride the rest of the way.
Right.
And then when he strings it up, then he'll tag it.
Yeah, that sounds more like I would expect. He'll tag it when it's convenient.
Yeah, and that's what most people do. It's just the rule or the law is as soon as it drops, you're supposed to tag. But no, it'd be great to have you guys out here. But
Yeah, maybe.
Either way, that was our talk on Teslas and cars and the police and all that good stuff.
Yes.
And next up, we have what are we playing? Because Aaron's been out of the gaming since he's been in the magical world. So I'll talk about what I've been playing, and it's been brought to me by our other friend Anthony, and it's called Pokerogue.
Yes.
And it is a web-based game that you can play on your phone, on the PC. You register, and it is
completely free.
Pokemon, completely free, no money. Pokemon roguelike, and it's extremely entertaining. And it's like a mobile game. It has like a gotcha system with you that's how you get you can get new Pokemon that way, or you can catch them, and it's all just fighting. And you go up through level 1 to 100 in difficulty, and the goal is to get to the end. And that's what it is, and it's super fun. Let's
check it out.
Kind of. Oh yeah, you could put it up. They essentially took everything that Pokemon was and kind of refined it into just the battle and the strategy part, and then made it into a roguelike. So each time you'll get different rewards after you're fighting, and then through the gotcha system you get eggs for Pokemon, and they come out with either rare moves, or you can get shinies that way and stuff like that. So it's just like a really fun thing to play on your phone that's free, that's like a roguelike all about Pokemon.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah,
I did love the battle.
I haven't played Pokemon in 3 or 4 different iterations now. I haven't played that in a long time. I think the last one I played was the actual games. I think I played White 2 and Black 2. Or no, it was before that. X and Y, I think.
I'm playing X
when the 3
currently.
Yeah, really fun. But after that, I played the Moon and Sun ones, where they're at the islands, it's kind of like Hawaii.
Oh, Sun and Moon. Okay.
Sun and Moon, yeah. And that was miserable. I didn't
Sword
like it
and
at all.
Shield.
I stopped playing pretty quickly.
There's maybe another one.
Yeah, Violet and the newest ones, the Violet
Scarlet
or whatever. But either way, I didn't like any of those. But this was a lot of fun.
Isn't it weird that it takes some fan to make an idealized version of an IP that...
It's stupid.
Look at what they did with their first open world, Arceus. What is that called?
The name of the legendary Pokemon. Yeah,
they got Pokemon Snap. They had Pokemon Battle. They had quite a few different Pokemon games, but
they really haven't done that great of a job. It's like Pal World was super huge, and that was essentially taking Pokemon in a different direction.
Yep.
This apparently is getting very popular. Twitch plays Pokemon. It's like you have a bunch of fans that have better ideas than the company that makes it.
Right.
I'm sure that's not just for Pokemon. It probably happens all the time for really popular franchises.
I don't think I can turn down the sound.
Oh, the browser. You can in settings.
How do I turn this down? Oh God.
I haven't played. Yeah, go ahead and cancel it. It's fine.
There's no volume control.
I play it on my phone, so I know where the volume is there, but not on the PC.
Well, I believe that it's cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I would say just go to your phone, just go to PokemonRogue.com, do 2 runs.
Yeah.
And then I like it or I don't like it. It's free. It won't take that long unless you get a really good run. And it's an interesting concept. I think that it's a really good play on the game and roguelites that I wish would happen more often.
Well, I was saying to Anthony that roguelikes are really almost the perfect traditional game, because when you used the original games, let's look at like arcade games. It was you put a quarter in, you go as far as you can. It takes a couple of minutes and then you're done. That's what kind of a roguelike is. I mean, given sometimes a roguelike game could go have an hour-long run or something like that, but the point is
The last one sorry, go ahead.
yeah, every time you play it, there's some stuff that's the same. There's something new. You can get better as a player. You can upgrade there's everything you need, and it's a short time period. You can expect a certain amount of time to put into it. Yeah, Wes?
Yeah, the last one I played was, I think, Hades was the last one I played.
Oh,
yeah,
good roguelike.
It is good.
Yep.
I was
Dead
surprised
Cell.
at how much I actually liked it.
Dead Cell, yeah, Aaron played that.
Yeah.
I really like roguelikes. I know that they're kind of, I don't want to say tired. Like there's definitely been a lot of them that have come out. I think the first one I remember in memory was Rogue Legacy. This was back in like 2010 or 12 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that roguelites have been popularized a lot recently.
Yeah, it's more.
But
known.
I like the formula.
To me, it's better than like what they're doing now with like battle arena games like Battlefield and
BR.
what are those what are they called? Battle Royale
Yeah,
games.
Battle
Royales.
Yeah, Battle Royale games.
Royales,
Like
yeah.
those are the ones that, to me, that are more tired than any game version that are out right now. Like any sort of like series of game, I really dislike them. I can see how they'd be fun, but I just don't jive with them very well.
Battle Royale.
But see, the cool
Yeah.
version of Battle Royale is what we played over at Aaron's house when we played Tetris 99. Now, that is a Battle Royale game.
Cozy,
that
comfy.
I get behind. Cozy,
comfy, and cozy.
Look, comfy, cozy. Hey, look, it worked for a little bit. Granted, Aaron ended up beating me with his skill-based gaming, but
I pulled out what little autism I have, and I got the highest score.
Yeah, we ended up playing Tetris 99, and my strategy was to go as slow as possible, because that way you would get attacked less, and when they did attack you, you still had more time to kind of play around. And it worked pretty well for a while, but then Aaron actually developed skill with the game instead of sitting and being a fucking jackass about it. So he ended up surpassing me in skill. But at the beginning,
you had the cozy, comfy.
I had the cozy, comfy. Yeah, but
not bad.
No, I'll hand that to you. I could not get
Tetris.
You got top 5 or something. Didn't
I
you?
was either 5th or 7th place. It was really close. Yeah,
it was close. Yeah.
That's a fun one. It is a battle royale in concept. You don't drop
Probably
in
not
with a
the
parachute,
same,
but.
Yeah, I think that's what Wesley was referring to. Like battle royales, you jump out of X, you use Y to get to the ground. It's the same kind of game.
I know we're talking about Pokemon Rogue, but as far as BRs go, it's actually the only game I've been playing recently is PUBG.
I've seen you play PUBG. I don't know.
It's that warm, comfortable 7 out of 10 ghetto janky game that just is. It scratches an itch that no other game can take care of, because battle royales haven't had a whole lot of entry as of recent, and I think the strong reason for that is because of the industry tends to copy what's already popular. So what's the most popular battle royale? It's going to be Fortnite, maybe Apex next or something. So you're either going to get a carbon copy clone, or you're going to get something that tries to take a risk and is successful or fails. But even whatever one you create, you're going to have the fan base that says, I've put 1,000,000 hours and $100,000 into this game, say Fortnite. Why would I leave? I have all my skills there, all my money and my time is there. I'm already invested. Sure. It's a problem with like any game, like MMOs. You hear people talk about it all the time. So I haven't seen a lot of battle royales come out for a while.
Where's the Pokemon battle royale?
Plus, I know, right?
That's a real, like, what's going on? Like,
it's coming
every time it's probably already out there. I mean, really,
well, making an online competitive multiplayer game is hard enough between just making a good game and then trying to keep people from cheating or hacking and stuff like that. So I tried playing Apex for a while, but man, that game's all about the movement. You're just...
Dude, I downloaded that Apex when we were talking about playing it. I played 2 matches.
Yeah.
I played 4. The first 2, I got first place. And it was just like, oh, okay, I kind of get this game. The third game I played, I died. I was the second person that died. And the next time I played, I was the first person that died.
It's, what is it, skill-based matchmaking?
No. I was playing against bots to start the game because I was like, I'm done with the tutorials, and the players that I were playing with looked like they had real
names,
like, people names.
Yeah.
But then after I played the third one, I was like, there is no way that I was playing against real people, because I went from first place twice to last place twice, and I was like, okay, there's a discrepancy here. There's no like something happened, and
I couldn't roll with that game. It's the people you play with, I don't know how they get the matchmaking, but everyone I played against is already leagues above me as far as skill and movement, and I just wasn't having a good time. So PUBG it is. It's janky, but it has a milsim kind of feel to it from like your old SOCOMs. I'm having fun. That's all I care about.
Yeah. I agree.
So yeah.
Give Pokerogue
I will.
a look if you wanna have some Pokemon fun. I would recommend.
Definitely will.
Sounds good. Well, thanks.
And I think that's it for today here at Two Guys, a Guy, and a Podcast. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Have a great evening, and we'll talk to you all next week.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Woo!
I'll see ya.
Peace.